Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to start today a series of 11th Organic Revision PYQs of the previous 5 years of JEE. That is roughly 2015 or 16 to 2021. And I'll be covering these from 11th Organic and topic wise. Like today, I'm just sharing 15 questions from nomenclature which have been asked in the last few years. And I just want to request you all to subscribe because most of the viewers do not subscribe and simply watch the videos. Children subscribing will give me a connectivity, a feeling of a family, and will motivate me to help you better. So let us start without wasting any further time. The first question, this is going in decreasing order. These questions are asked in 2021 and then 2021 onwards to 2020, then 19, and so on in that order. Now, number of sigma bonds in this compound, how are we going to calculate? Simply expand a structure to calculate the sigma bonds so that all the atoms are clearly visible. And then we start counting the bonds. So I start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, out of 2 bonds, 1 is sigma, remaining a pi. This is 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the answer to this question will be 10. Number of sigma bonds in this compound would be 10. We move on to the next question. In the following molecule, hybridization of carbon A, B, C are respectively. So A has to be sp3, B has a double bond around it, which means it is sp2, and C also has a double bond around it, this double bond, hence this is also sp2. So our right answer will be option A. Option A will be the correct answer to this question. We move on to the next. The next question, third question, again deals with hybrid states. So the first is sp2. This is sp. How sp? It has 2 pi bonds around it. Look at it this way. 2 pi bonds around a carbon, either in this manner or in this manner, means sp hybridization. Or you can look at it in a different way. It has 2 bond pairs, 2 super pairs, which means steric number is 2, and hence the hybrid state is sp. Then the next carbon again has 1 pi bond around it, 1 single sigma, and 1 pi this side. Hence, this is going to be sp2, and the last one is sp3. So the hybrid state in this case is sp2, sp, sp2, and sp3. So our answer is answer A. We move on to the next. IUPAC name of the following compound. Now, to begin with, you must point out the groups present. This is the functional group of higher priority. Functional group of higher priority. And all others become substituents. Even a functional group of lower priority, they also all are treated like substituents. Functional groups of lower priority are treated as substituents. This is also a substituent. So our numbering has to begin from this carbon 1, and we have to go wherever we get the lowest locant rule. So I'll go as 1, 2, 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. So the naming will go as 5 amino. Why amino first? This is 2 nitro, this is 5 amino, and this is 4 hydroxymethyl. This group, this is carbon, CH2. So this entire functional group becomes hydroxy on methyl. So just visualize it like this. If you had this group, so if you had this is methyl, this is 4 methyl, and if this methyl gets further substituted, it becomes 4 hydroxymethyl. Now, once we know the groups, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is amino, then hydroxymethyl, and then nitro. So in alphabetical order, the right answer is going to be fifth one, 5-amino. A comes alphabetically first. So we are writing this substituent first. Then comes H and then comes N. So 5-amino, 4-hydroxymethyl, 2-nitro. And the compound is benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde is the accepted IUPAC name. It could also have been benzene carbaldehyde. This is also an IUPAC name. Benzaldehyde was the accepted IUPAC name. Moving on to the next. The next is IUPAC name of the following compound. So in this compound, the components that we have is the main functional group. And since this functional group is a carbon containing functional group and is present in the side chain, we can never start numbering and go like this. This is wrong. This kind of numbering is wrong. So we have to give the carbon to which this carboxylic acid is attached as number 1. Lowest locant rule. So we will move like this so that this gets the smallest number. And now bromo and methyl are the two substituents. B, bromo, comes alphabetically first. This has to be cyclopentane as the word root. So we cannot name the compound as cyclopentanoic acid. Okay. We will not name. One of the mistakes that you children tend to do here is cyclopentanoic. Pentanoic nahi कहना. Cyclopent जब आप लिख रहे हो, pent. So this pent is not including this carbon. So in order to justify for this carbon, we will write it as cyclopentane carboxylic acid. We will not write it as oic acid. So keeping all this in mind, the correct name becomes this 4-bromo. B alphabetically comes first. So 4-bromo, then 2-methyl, then cyclopentane and carboxylic acid. We will not write it as oic acid. Moving on to the next. So proceeding this way, this is carboxylic acid, right? Numbering starts from here, 6 carbons. So the word root is hex. Third position is a double bond. Whenever there's a double bond between third and fourth, you always number it by the lower number. En because of the double bond, and E ka ye E omit kar diya because it's followed by a vowel O. So fifth position has aldehyde group, which when present as a lower priority functional group is prefixed as formyl. This is all in your NCERT tables. 5-formyl, 2-methyl, hex, 3-enoic acid. So the correct answer is B part. Moving on to the next. The IUPAC name for the following compound. So let us see the IUPAC name of the following compound. We are going to look at the different components. It is important, children, to pick a chain, one which includes maximum number of multiple bonds. The rule that works here is you have to pick up a chain which has maximum number of multiple bonds, even if that is not the longest chain. So the possible chain that we will have is this. We have to pick the longest possible chain, which includes both the double bonds. And now which one has to be given a preference? We are going to pick numbering from this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So our correct answer is going to be 3,5-dimethyl. 3,5-dimethyl. 4. This is 4 from both sides. If I start 1, 2, 3, 4 from this end, or 1, 2, 3, 4 from this end, the locant 4 is going to be the same. So the locants are going to be 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So 3-methyl, 5-methyl, 4-propyl. These are the substituents. So it will be 3,5-dimethyl, 3,5-dimethyl. This is also 3,5-dimethyl. Let us see what comes next. 4-propyl, both are 4-propyl. Then it is hept, 1-ene-6-ine or 6-ene-1-ine, right? So which one are we going to prefer? It has to be option A. We are going to give preference to 3,5-dimethyl, 4-propyl, hept, 1-ene, because we are going to number it from this side, 1-ene-6-ine. So the right answer to this is A part. The next is correct IUPAC name of the following compound. Again, we have in this structure no functional group, all substituents. So the only thing important is going to be the lowest locant rule. We get lowest locants if we number it this way. And now in alphabetical order, we are going to name alphabetically. Cl comes first. So it has to be 2-chloro. 2-chloro written first. Then after C comes M and then comes N. So the name becomes 2-chloro, 1-methyl, 4-nitrobenzene. So B part is the correct option for this. The next question is, give IUPAC name of the following compound. So in this question, again, numbering has to start from here. There is no complication. 1, 2, 3, 4. Either go 5 here or go 5 here. Any of the two can be taken as 5. It's a carbon containing functional group. So numbering always has to start from a carbon containing functional group. The name becomes 3-hydroxy-4-methyl, 8 coming first. So 3-hydroxy-4-methyl pent-ane oic acid. Pentanoic acid. We could also write pentane 1-oic acid. So this becomes, A part becomes the right answer. Moving on to the next. IUPAC name of the given compound. Now, in this case, we have a double bond, and always a double bond gets a priority. So what are the options? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. If I start numbering from this end, I give number 3 to the double bond. But if I start numbering from this end, double bond gets number 2. So we have to give preference to the double bond. This becomes 4-bromo, 4-bromo, 3-methyl, 3-methyl, pent, 2-ene. So the right answer to this is going to be A part. Moving on to the next, IUPAC name of this compound. Now, how are we going to number? Again, the lowest locant rule will work. Lowest locant rule. If I number from here and then go here, I have 2 methyl groups here and 1 ethyl group. So the name becomes 1,1-dimethyl, 2-ethyl. 1,1-dimethyl, 2-ethyl, but out of M and E, E comes first. So 2-ethyl is to be written first, then 1,1-dimethyl cyclohexane. Alphabetical order for substituents. IUPAC name of the following compound. Again, the basic logic is going to be to pick up the longest chain with the double bond. With the double bond. So let us number it like this, because double bond is going to get the lowest number if I start numbering from here. 1, 2, this is 3, this is 4. So I can go 5, 6 like this, or I could have gone 5, 6 like this. Either of the two ways. Either of the two ways is equivalent. So the name becomes now, the name for this becomes 4th position has ethyl, 3rd position has methyl, and it's hex 2-E, which means 4-ethyl, E alphabetically comes first, then comes 3-methyl. So this is to be posted, 4-ethyl, 3-methyl, hex 2-ene. So the right answer is going to be C part. The next question, the hydrocarbon with 7 carbon atoms containing a neopentyl and a vinyl group. Neopentyl is this group. Neopentyl. Pent is 5 carbons. Neo means a double methyl branch at last but 1 carbon. So this becomes neopentyl group. Vinyl group is ethynyl group. This is vinyl group. And this has already covered a total of 7 carbons, 5 here and 2 here. So I just connect the 2 together. And now this structure becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C part, 4,4-dimethyl pent 1-ene. I hope this helps and you get an idea what kind of questions are being asked from nomenclature since the last 5 years. And children, even in CBSE board, nomenclature is like a topic, 1 or 2 marks questions are always there. So is that at least go through the variety that is in NCERT, and there's no limit that can be defined. So practice a lot. Thank you, all of you. Do like, subscribe, and share, and do comment what kind of content you would like. Right now, I'm going to share every alternate day a series of questions from 11th Organic, which are going to be very helpful for both JEE as well as NEET students. God bless you all. Thank you.